So we're TVPS, or Thames Valley Positive Support, you may know us as. We've been around now for over 35 years, and we support those people affected by HIV or living with HIV in the Berkshire area and also now the North Hampshire area.
The type of support we offer for people affected by HIV, it really varies from person to person because everybody's different. But we offer a range of services, so that would include counselling, peer support, practical help with anything really, from housing to debt, immigration benefits advice. And the idea of the support is that we can help people regain the quality of life they had pre-diagnosis, or even improve on that quality of life, so that anyone living with HIV can live life to the full without having to worry about any stress.
Another important part of what TVPS do is HIV education. I've been involved now for over 25 years with TVPS, and in the time that I've been there, the medical advances have been absolutely tremendous. But the knowledge and the education of how HIV comes about, how people can deal with HIV, hasn't moved as fast as it could have done in that time. So the work that we do is absolutely critical and still very, very important to help people understand that there is stigma out there and that we need to support those people living with HIV to move forward with their lives.
Our testing service is run from venues throughout Berkshire. It is award nominated, mainly because we focus on testing in venues with a high footfall. So you can go to those venues and no one would suspect that you're going for an HIV test, specifically aimed at people who don't want to go to a sexual health clinic because there are barriers there that mean that they don't feel comfortable testing. It's really simple to book a test with us. It can be done by phone, it can be done by email, and generally we will offer a test either that day or the next day, so within 24 hours. One of the biggest challenges for our service users is that they can't speak openly about their diagnosis. There are very few people that will, because I think it takes a lot of bravery and courage to admit that you're living with HIV in the face of stigma. Not everybody stigmatises people with HIV, but most of our service users at some point have experienced stigma from some area. One of the ways that we can help them have a voice in the community is by recording a podcast, which we did last year and subsequently recorded episodes throughout lockdown. And that gives our service users an opportunity for them to tell their story and to be open and honest, but to remain anonymous. You can find our podcast, HIV, Hope and Charity, on all the usual download platforms. And actually we thought this video shouldn't be just about me and Sean talking about our services. Really, it's about our service users, because that's what we do, everything we do for them. So here's what they have to say.
There is always that issue when I meet someone new, I have to disclose it to them.
Right, okay.
But then, you know, if they're not the right person and they run a mile, then that's probably a good thing. So yeah, there's always that issue. I meet someone, I get on well with them, and then I think, well, I've got to tell them before we sort of get down to business. You know, it's only fair. I just give them the choice I never had, basically. I was never given that choice, and I think it's important that anyone has a choice. I mean, I'm undetectable anyway, so they wouldn't be at risk, but it's still nice to have that choice, isn't it?
And you've always mentioned that you've kind of taken it as sort of like a secondary level of protection.
Oh,
is that
yes.
right, when you're out cruising? Tell us a bit about that.
It gives you that confidence that if a condom does break, that you've got that secondary level of protection. Because yes, I'm a bottom. I love having man sex. That is extra protection. I mean, a lot of people like to be barebacked, and unfortunately it does happen. I think it's happening more now, where someone will start with a condom on, they'll withdraw, take the condom off and go back in, and you've got no idea they've done that.
And has that happened to you?
Well, that's happened to me a number of times, yeah. And you don't realise until it's too late what's gone on. And so you have got that extra level of protection. It's not protecting you against the STIs, because you've lost that level with a condom being used.
I knew that I was HIV positive, but it didn't sink in. I know it, but I haven't accepted it.
Yeah.
So if you don't accept anything, you can't move forward. On the day you accept it and you put it at rest, that's when your recovery. In the 90s, it was so isolating. It's even thinking about it, it's painful to think about it. And that's the main problem.
It's not about being ashamed about it. It's not. You're not. There's nothing wrong with you. You know, I'll probably outlive you two. God, can you imagine that? I could, you know, but like, just remember, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and it's nothing to hide away from.
So if you'd like to access support or find out a little bit more about what TVPS do to support you or members of your family or close friends, please just get in touch with us. We're here to help you.